In the depths of the night, with the stars as silent witnesses to the earth, tales of great wars that changed the course of history are told. Wars ignited by the flames of ambition and anger, where countless blood was shed and innumerable lives were lost. In these wars, soldiers stood bravely, leaders led wisely, and battles raged amidst smoke and destruction. These wars forged legends and wrote chapters of pain and glory. Let us delve into the depths of history to uncover the stories of the 5 most powerful wars that shook the world.
In the cradle of Western civilization, ancient Greece, a conflict of unprecedented scale erupted. 2 alliances, led by Athens and Sparta, stood poised for a confrontation that would decide the fate of the Greek world. Athens, with its powerful navy and democratic ideals, clashed with Sparta, a militaristic society renowned for its disciplined warriors. For almost 3 decades, the Peloponnesian War raged, a tapestry woven with epic battles, cunning strategies, and devastating betrayals. Imagine the sun glinting off the shields of thousands of hoplites, the clash of bronze on bronze echoing across the plains of Greece. The Battle of Pylos, a stunning Athenian victory at sea, shifted the tide of the war, only to be countered by the Spartan triumph at Mantinea, a brutal land battle that showcased the Spartans' martial prowess. Yet amidst the clash of swords and the sinking of triremes, a terrible plague ravaged Athens, weakening the city and foreshadowing its eventual downfall.
Across the Mediterranean Sea, a new power was rising: Rome. But Rome's ambitions clashed with those of Carthage, a maritime empire centered in North Africa. Their rivalry ignited a series of conflicts known as the Punic Wars, a struggle for supremacy that would span over a century. Imagine the roar of the crowds in the Colosseum, the gladiatorial arena, a mere echo of the vast battlefields where Roman legions clashed with Carthaginian forces. In the First Punic War, Rome, through sheer determination and naval innovation, wrested control of Sicily from Carthage. But Carthage, under the brilliant General Hannibal, struck back in the Second Punic War. Hannibal's daring crossing of the Alps with elephants, a feat of military logistics that stunned the ancient world, brought the war to the very gates of Rome.
Chapter 3: The Crusades, a Clash of Faiths.
As the first millennium gave way to the second, a new force swept across Europe religious fervor. Pope Urban II's call to arms ignited the Crusades, a series of holy wars intended to wrest control of the Holy Land from Muslim rule.
Imagine the dust rising from the hooves of countless horses as knights, driven by faith and a thirst for glory, marched east. Jerusalem, the sacred city, became a focal point for these religious wars.
The First Crusade, a remarkable success for the Christian forces, saw the capture of Jerusalem in 1099. But the Crusades were not without their tragedies and setbacks. The Battle of Hattin, a crushing defeat for the Crusaders at the hands of Saladin, the Muslim leader, demonstrated the resilience and military skill of the Islamic forces.
Chapter 4: The 100 Years' War, a Legacy of Change.
In the late Middle Ages, the rivalry between England and France erupted into a conflict that would span generations, the 100 Years' War. More than a simple dispute over territory, this war marked a turning point in military tactics and the nature of warfare itself.
Imagine the English longbowmen, their arrows darkening the sky, raining death upon the charging French knights. At the Battle of Crécy, the English longbow proved its devastating effectiveness, shattering the French cavalry charges and rewriting the rules of medieval warfare.
But the 100 Years' War was also a story of individuals who rose to prominence amidst the chaos. Joan of Arc, the peasant girl who claimed divine guidance, rallied the French forces and turned the tide of the war.
Chapter 5: World War II, a world engulfed in flames.
The 20th century dawned with the promise of progress, but it was soon engulfed in the flames of the deadliest conflict in human history. World War II. From the beaches of Normandy to the frozen battlefields of the Eastern Front, the scale of the war was unprecedented, drawing in nations from across the globe.
Imagine the thunderous roar of aircraft engines, the chilling whine of dive bombers, the earth trembling under the weight of armored divisions. The Battle of Stalingrad, a brutal clash of ideologies and military might, became a turning point in the war.
In the Pacific, the battles of Iwo Jima and Okinawa demonstrated the ferocity of the fighting and the human cost of the conflict. And in a terrifying display of technological power, the atomic bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki ushered in the nuclear age, casting a long shadow over the post-war world. These 5 wars were not merely military conflicts, but pivotal events that changed the course of history. Through them, humanity learned harsh lessons about ambition, power, and courage. These wars left deep scars on humanity, but they also shaped the world as we know it today, keeping their stories alive in the memory of mankind.